I can't put into words the feelings that raced through me when I found out that Jeff was murdered.
Now at noon, the emotional messages from the families of murdered Tampa police officers.
We are live as they finally speak to the man who killed their loved ones. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us this Tuesday. I'm Dia Riley.
And I'm Dan Schaefer. Dontae Morris sat silently in court today listening to powerful and emotional testimony.
The families of those police officers that Morris killed got their chance to speak to the convicted murderer as they made their case to the judge that Morris should get the death penalty.
I have a 12-year-old son that I have now had to teach how to shave. An 11-year-old that only wishes that his dad would throw the football with him one more night. And a 9-year-old son that dreams of going fishing one more time with his dad.
Our Carson Chambers is live at the courthouse in Tampa now with more on a very emotionally charged day in court. Good afternoon, Carson.
Good afternoon, Dia. There was such a veil of sadness today in that courtroom as two widows tried to explain how their lives have changed over the past 3 years. They told jurors there's no way to do that in the small amount of time that they had, but they did their best gracefully.
He was my husband, soulmate, best friend, and the one person I could pour my heart out to. Jeff was my best friend and my whole world.
Heartbreak came rapping on their doors in the darkness of July 29th, 2010.
That would be the beginning of my life spinning rapidly out of control.
It whirled past 50th Street, where two Tampa police officers were slain, and took root in two wives' hearts with no warning.
We were both right where we wanted to be in life. We had been married 10 years. I was 29, Jeff was 31, and we decided that it was time to start a family.
Widow Sarah Kocab Redmond has never spoken publicly about her husband, Officer Jeff Kocab's murder, until today.
I can't put into words the feelings that raced through me when I found out that Jeff was murdered. All I wanted to do was lay right next to him, and that is what I did.
The widow has also never talked about their baby girl, Lily, who made the heartbreak of losing Jeff even more unbearable.
Lily was delivered stillborn, and so almost a month after burying my husband, I buried our baby.
Kelly Curtis gave us a window into her family's pain, too.
I have a 12-year-old son that I have now had to teach how to shave. An 11-year-old that only wishes that his dad would throw the football with him one more night. And a 9-year-old son that dreams of going fishing one more time with his dad.
Two widows, two families, heartbreak that's still knocking, uninvited, 3 years later.
I have no doubt that Jeff is in heaven right now. I believe that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. Every day, I wish that I could go back and erase what happened that night so we could have our happy little family again and not just have to rely on pictures and stories to keep his memory alive.
And jurors will make their recommendation for life or death based on aggravating circumstances. There are specific thresholds here in Florida, including if the defendant had previously been convicted of murder, which we know Dontae Morris has been and will be serving life for. The defense will argue there are mitigating factors, but ultimately it will be up to a judge to decide. Live in Tampa, I'm Carson Chambers, ABC Action News.